weird, and it just like sometimes gives the game away when you shouldn't. But let's go into the finals here.
Yeah, here we are, Ash and Faz. This is the grand finals of the 6th Sunday Cup of the full season. We're off on Faz to begin with, as he manages to get himself a rocket and a rail, as well as a red. So decent start for him, but he's pressured to hit a few shots here. So what do you make of these starts so far?
Well, this start, like, it's really odd, the path that was taken by Faz to get the red armor and how the items related. So right now, Ash is in a huge advantage as far as he has LG, and he should really push here on the red and just punish Faz really for being here, which is exactly what he's doing. And some really great rockets. He can pick up a kill here and have full control here at the beginning of the map.
Nice little rail hit just before he died there from Faz. That will help a little bit there as Ash picks up the next Mega, but it could get dangerous very quickly for Faz if he's unable to really start putting a dent in this stack of Ash, which could just build and build and build if he starts getting clean frags. Another clean pickup of a 50 there from that yellow, and Ash is just waiting to see where Faz is going to go next. And there it is, catches him at the Mega, but some railing from Faz is going to help him out slightly. And oh, there you go, beautiful play there from Ash.
Yeah, it was excellent.
And,
so I think what Faz needed to do there, because after the Mega pickup from Ash, he went over to the top YA. Faz really needed off the spawn to realize, okay, I need to try to do some damage here. Otherwise, he's going to take every single item on the map again, and you know he's going to have absolute control and dominance over me. He'll be able to just rush me, and he doesn't even have to care how much damage I'll put out. He'll kill me. So I think he needed to give up a frag there to defend that yellow. Maybe hit 2 rails, something like that. But as of right now, I mean, he's hitting some 6 shots, so he's kind of worked himself back into a not-so-bad situation, but rockets like that off the spawn definitely don't help.
Yeah, for certain. Looks like Faz is close to this frag. He's been working. He's put about 3 or 4 deaths into this frag, but finally doesn't manage to get it, and Ash does pick up the Mega. So Ash has a chance of stabilizing a little bit here, and Faz's efforts stand to be potentially wasted as Faz goes for another rail. He's been hitting some of these rails, but he needs to be able to close it out as well. And there he comes once again. Ash is below. Good damage there from Faz from above. He's got Ash against the ropes here. 57 health left for him. But great railing, great damage output from Ash here is going to push Faz away. And Mega's up soon. Faz could really try to make a play on this from below perhaps, but things aren't looking super good for him, especially now that Ash did secure that Mega. So what is Faz's next strong chance at this returning control, do you think?
Well, he kind of messed himself up there. He could have attacked the Mega like you thought. Like, it was a good thought for him to go there, but he hit himself with a rocket when he was coming around the corner to go get the armor shards, which allowed him to be railable then. So he was probably like, yeah, you know what, I really don't want to do this now. So instead of being able to go and possibly get an equalizing, frag opportunity, he did pick up the red, but he took damage from it because he wasn't able to put pressure at the Mega earlier. Butterfly effect on this map can be pretty ridiculous.
Yeah, and finally Faz does manage to get one on the board with some, I mean, these rail duels have been working out in his favor so far. He's hitting 55% so far, and he does catch Ash close range with the lightning gun. Brilliant to close the distance in such a brutal fashion there, Faz, with now a red there picked up as he spots Ash trying to deal damage from above. So Ash has got some good positioning here, and he does do a lot with it. In fact, that's a great result from Ash. However, the 50 and the 25s will be healing Faz up, and this allows... Oh, Ash going to go for the... Oh my goodness! Ash trying to make the play on the Mega, and that he did it very well right there. And Faz messing up his rocket jumps, left on 10 health. He's a dead man walking right now. Ash is just trying to just get to grips with him, but unable to do so just yet, but still walking on 10 health. Faz is really living it on the edge. And Faz still trying to make something happen, but unfortunately for him, Ash is reading Faz relatively well so far, it seems.
Oh yeah, I'd have to agree. I think he's been a little unlucky in certain situations where he's taken a lot of rail shots, but I mean, right there, he's using his stack advantage and position, just making sure that, okay, you come around the corner, you are going to hit the rail, but I'm going to be able to win the war of attrition with you because I've got, enough health and armor, and I'm going to get this Mega. And now he's kind of messed himself up here. He should have put a position where it's like, okay, I know that you're going to pick up the red, but I'll deal some damage and I'll be able to back off to another item. And Faz realized the mistake, and he's like, okay, all I have to do is hit 1 shot, and I've got my in into the game. And right now he's doing a great job of maintaining good position on the map, to get spawn frags, and even though that situation didn't go in his favor, he's able to back off to the Mega and, you know, reset a little bit. So Faz did a really good job there of capitalizing on the mistake.
And it feels like Faz, I mean, Ash is taking a lot of these aim duels, like these rail duels against Faz, who's definitely connecting quite well. I mean, Ash is not sloppy at all when it comes to aiming around, but still Faz is definitely hitting some shots right now. Goes for the pressure at the red. And Ash defends with the rail, and Faz was forced to rocket jump up to the 50. That's actually not there, so things are a bit precarious for him right now as he does back off towards this 50. He does manage to pick up that yellow, gets the frag in the process. That was better than expected for Faz, I think. And with the Mega there too, Faz is now looking at not only a tied game, but the prospect of more frags to follow if he can only get some more damage onto Ash. But Ash is, with those rails, he keeps pushing Faz back at key moments, it seems. And now,
yeah, but now it's really dangerous. Faz is probably going to get to 100, 200 here, especially with such a sick shot like that.
yeah,
like,
seriously.
There's potentially no stopping him for the next 2 minutes if Faz plays the position correctly. Like here, I like that he left the YA up. He couldn't really use it with how much armor he had, and it allows him to get the kill. And if something bad happened, he could have just backed off to it, grabbed it. But because of failed rocket jump, he's let go of Mega.
Yeah.
And his focus now needs to be shutting down weapon control from Ash so that Ash can't utilize the newfound stack he has off of this one. She's doing an excellent job here.
Yeah, Faz playing quite well after that mistake as well. You wouldn't want to make one mistake into another. Faz, though, going for the engagement here, catches Ash, and he's got so much stack left over. And he's going to go for the drop onto that red armor. And, of course, why not? Mega's so far away. And he's going to be just... He can brute force his way through Ash here, onto the next Mega, onto the next yellow, looking for the spawns, sets up the shot, and connects with it. Very, very easy ABC stuff here from Faz right now. And it's not looking good for Ash. I mean, Ash needs to try to find a way back in.
I mean, yeah, even getting this red, unless it hits all this plasma, it's not really going to do any good.
So what is really the best way for Ash to bring this back? I mean, okay, he is hitting all the
plasma.
plasma.
I still can't believe he hit that much. But, you know, that's his way back into the game, and now I think he does need to, even though it would be a 7-frag deficit with just over 2 minutes to go, I think he needs to rush in here, yeah, and potentially give one up. But he does get the frag with decent health left over here with the Mega pickup coming. Oh, no, and he doesn't get it in time. And, yeah, that really set him back, as he possibly could have got the kill there with LG while Faz was on the red. He could have got it. Got the red armor as well, but now he's making it that much harder. But, I mean, Faz is making it easier for him now. He's like, nah, here, go ahead, have a frag. You know, like, he didn't really need to be in that situation.
I like that read from Ash because Faz has generally been kind of sacrificing like some positions for just hitting shots in some situations, and Ash kind of read it there with that delayed spam rocket there onto the angle, caught Faz, and now it's just a 4-frag difference to equalize, and he's got such a strong stack. It's going to be all about Faz's ability to defend with these rockets, and beautiful rockets. He managed to put him down to 11 points of health, which is quite remarkable now. Ash must remain strong here. He has 100 armor, but Faz could get aggressive here. I think that might be the play even, and actually, unfortunately, close range rail against LG not going to work, and now Ash has hit 200 armor again. He's very dangerous once more.
Yeah, this is just sad to see because, I mean, Faz, like I was saying earlier, you know, it seemed like today he'd been doing a really good job of not giving away the game in, like, weird situations. But that fight at the red, where I'm like, unless Ash hits all that plasma, I think Faz just needed to realize, okay, I've done a bit of damage, and let me back away because he's got no other weapons. He just got a little greedy looking for another kill to maybe try to close the game out, and here it's potentially cost him the game. As you know, as Ash has picked up the leading frag here. I mean, Faz, if he hits some 6 shots here, could potentially do something. I mean, there is 50 seconds left.
It's funny, it reminds me of this thing that one of my friends used to always tell me. He says you should always think, when you're in a winning position, you have to think, how can I lose this game? And if it, as you said, it was if he hits all the plasma, you just have to like back away. And yeah, and Ash now 15 to 13, and now pushing Faz into the acid even. And this is looking very bad. And with 20 seconds left, it's not looking doable for Faz. I mean, Ash is not stacked, but that's stacked at least, but still. It's not going to happen in... I mean, he can just slow spawn now. It's
yeah, right now it's over, so... I mean, So it was a really interesting game. There were a lot of really good fights, but I'm sorry, but in that position, he should have, as a player with that kind of control, he should never lose the game. So that's a big disappointment to see. But Ash, hey, when Christmas comes early, who cares?
Yeah,
If
for
it's a
sure.
gift for you, then you're not going to feel bad, and he's going to feel probably really confident after that. Even though, let's say he shouldn't have won that, like it was kind of gifted, he's going to feel better about it.
Oh
He's going to
yeah,
feel like, oh,
yeah.
I did something really, really good, and he's going to have some momentum going into the next map. And Faz is really going to have to collect himself and be like, okay, I really did screw that up, but
Yeah,
I've
pretty
got
much.
potentially 4 more maps to go, and he needs to make sure that it's 4 more, at least 4 more maps, or 3 or 4 more maps rather than just 2 more. So we'll see here. Faz can be surprisingly good on ZTN at times, but I know Ash, he's been stepping his game up lately on this map, and has been playing really solidly on ZTN.
Yeah, Ash is really a great player to watch at the moment. I don't think he's going to DreamHack, which is a massive shame because I feel like he's one of the players that could cause so many upsets because, of course, he's not really an established name necessarily. Of course, he's won some online cups, but that's not results at LAN. So yeah, it's a shame that we might not see him at DreamHack, but at the same time, it's great to see him anyways. And this is, I think we've got 2 relatively well-matched players here for this grand final, so it's looking exciting so far. And Faz doesn't tend to be the most conventional players as well, so it's always fun to see him on maps which where standard play tends to reign more supreme on such as Blood Run or even Lost World. So let's see if we can find anything interesting from Faz. I hope he doesn't, as you said, he collects himself and the kind of I messed up mentality doesn't get to him. But here we have the countdown. It has begun. Map number 2 for this grand final, Faz versus Ash on Blood Run. Yeah, Faz to begin with, and the Mega's up on the spot. And so this start is looking quite decent so far for Faz, but it depends on how much damage he takes here. And it looks like he's taking a lot of damage here. I don't know.
He did a fantastic job there at the beginning with this rocket placement. He didn't know for sure whether Ash was going to spawn at LG there, but he'd just taken a chance to be like, you know what, if he comes here, maybe I'll get lucky and hit these shots, because if you don't at the beginning of that spawn and somebody spawns at LG to go get Mega, like you're in a really bad hole at the beginning by just getting the rocket and 2 YAs. And Ash, even with the good job that Faz has done with damage, manages to pick up the kill there with fantastic LG work, hit everything he could, which he set himself up for that battle though as well, because Faz was going to rush him down the stairs, and that's a good position to have to deal damage like as the enemy's coming to you.
And Faz though manages to catch Ash unaware and gets the return with the LG. And there you go. Now he's he's positioned below the red armor, and he does kind of miss the opportunity there to catch Ash as he jumps across. So Faz is very, very weak now, and I think Ash realizes that. So what kind of mentality or rather kind of series of decisions is Faz looking to make here?
Well, Faz, after taking that rail, lost himself out position on the Mega, so I think Phrase hit it on the head earlier. Some players just don't realize in the split seconds that you need to make the calculations that, hey, even though I have this health and armor, I really cannot take this kind of damage. So they stick around a little too long, and because they take that rail shot or LG poke, they end up losing out on items, and then they're like, well, why did I lose control? And I mean, it ended up working out. Faz did some really good damage, elsewhere at the map, and because Ash kind of like came to him. But I mean, this could be a lot worse for Ash if Faz would have played it correctly. So Ash isn't really doing too bad here. He just needs to make sure that he doesn't let this get out of hand, and he keeps it to about a 2 or 3 frag limit. I mean, it is still fairly early in the map.
And here Faz goes, the drop down, trying to catch Ash there with the rail out. And he does do a lot of damage, and that is always such a heartbreaker when you think you have the escape through this teleporter, and you just get pushed shy of it, and you get slid into the corner and you die. And now Ash even goes down again off the spawn, so 4 frags down. I mean, this is really the point where you need to just say enough is enough and really stop dying. Slow it down massively, I think. So Ash is going to be able to grab a red. There was a risk involved, but I guess I mean, what do you think about that risk going for that red there?
I thought it was worth merit. I think he realized how much damage that he had done to Faz, so he had a good estimate of the stack, and he knew that if he let Faz get that red, unharmed or regardless, like, it would have been a really bad situation for him for the next 2 minutes. So he did a really good job, and here he's maintaining really good position, doing excellent damage, and they're realizing, okay, that extra rail he was looking for wasn't worth what he could take in return. And he's doing a good job of understanding the fights he needs to take, and yeah, except he's caught out here by Faz with a really good trap, but 2 excellent rockets. The only problem is Faz does... Oh, as I just switched to Faz lets up his positioning on the map. I think he was really scared and didn't understand how much health and armor Ash had. He could have just stayed there by the grenade launcher and watched the teleporter, which would have been like the worst case scenario. Like, hey, if he comes through the teleporter and I'm not ready, then he can overtake the position for red. But there's just so many... I'm sorry, it's hard to keep up because there's so many strange fights that are
I was just about to say,
going on in this game.
Yeah, it's totally crazy, and Ash, might just facilitate another crazy fight. And I mean, of course, it is a bit crazy because Faz. I mean, it's kind of like before when you said if he hits all his plasma, and the plasma gun is very much a if weapon because you can't really rely on what it's going to do. And Ash is going to try to lock Faz out of the mega area, and he does do so successfully. So that should be a mega going towards Ash. So that's a bit of a win, despite some of the weird fights and weird returns that Faz has made, like that LG fight. Or rather, the catching Ash as he dropped down from Rocket with LG earlier. But Faz, with this red armor now, is definitely in a strong position. Ash, if I switch over to him, he has 280 armor. He's going for the trap at the rocket launcher. Okay, he's given up the ghost on that one. And he's going to work his way around. Okay, he's going to stick around. So Ash is trying to just be sneaky. He's clearly got the stack now. He's got almost 200 and 150. And he finds Faz. He didn't really mean for this fight to happen. And Faz, with the element of surprise, that's all he needed.
Yeah, I mean, Faz with the positioning during the fight gave Ash a way out. Ash could have dropped towards the railgun, but I think he misclicked and he jumped straight in the air. Which then, Faz having LG out is like, oh, that's fantastic. I'm just going to kill you now. And that's just a really bad situation for Ash to have been in. He probably didn't realize that Faz was going to be waiting there and didn't realize the out that he was given as quickly as he needed to. And Faz is just taking the kills that are being given to him right now. I mean, even though he's low on health, he's going to pick up some more, and he's going to be in a really good stead. Especially now catching Ash out again for possibly another kill.
And there you go, Ash goes down again. So 10-1 is looking kind of over at this point. 9 frags, not so easily retrievable, and Ash agrees, so he does forfeit it before the end of time. So that's going to be a 1-1 map score between these two players now. I mean, was that surprising to you in any way to see that result?
I just think the score gap was a big surprise. That's about it. Like I said, I think Faz plays very well here for the most part. So to see him win, that's not surprising to me. It's just the fashion. But then, like both agreed, there were really weird fights in this game. Yeah. Multiple times. And I think really a lot of it came down to in certain situations where both players misunderstood how much health the other had, and they put themselves in situations they didn't need to be in. Or there was a situation where he really should have attacked, like Ash should have attacked once or twice, but he didn't understand, like how much health and armor, so he was like, okay, I don't think I should really go for this fight, and it ends up leading to Faz getting more health and armor, and then your opportunity is wasted. But I'm really interested to see how they both play here in this map against each other, because I feel like both styles are a little unorthodox, and especially on a new map, that can be really interesting.
Yeah, and right off the start, quite a strange situation already as they kind of trade there, and Faz does manage to pick. I guess. Okay, who really came out ahead? I guess Ash kind of came out a little bit ahead there because he does have the
Ash
LG.
came out ahead because Faz missed like his second rocket. If he would have hit the second rocket direct, like I thought he should have, Faz would have this game in control. But it allowed Ash to go get red and LG, and he's got decent control of this map. The only thing is that Faz is probably going to take the mega here because Ash wanted to have the secure red because he knew the exact timing on it.
That was a great direct rocket there from Faz. A good prediction on the teleporter exit of Ash. That plus 100 damage, or rather minus 100 damage for Ash, is going to really going to be very painful and change things as well. It means that Faz can challenge, and actually Faz is going to go for that challenge, even though he takes so much damage. It's going to be such a close fight. He survives with 22 points of health, and that's what that direct rocket really did. It signaled to Faz some confidence in going for an aggression a bit sooner than he otherwise would have done. As you said, you know, he's on the back foot a bit, and now he gets the Mega too. So immediately Ash is kind of in the out of control position a minute into this, and as you said, you don't have a lot of experience playing this map, but from your experience, what are the theoretical, you know, best ways to play out of control here?
Well, I think rail is a really heavy item, like gun to use on this map. But just like before, it's really, really important to understand when it's okay to go for a shot or two, and when it's not okay to take the damage. And right here, Ash has gotten a little lucky, but Faz is still in really good steads here, and he realizes that he can leave up the Mega because there's no way that Ash wanted to go for it, and he did a really good job of understanding where he would be, and he picks up a really nice frag.
Oh, and he hits fantastic rails back to back as well. And I mean, that's, wow.
Beautiful shot there.
Ash as well is able to return there. That's really impressive, especially considering if someone is hitting as well as Faz, it's hard to have the confidence to go for those shots and challenges. And Ash goes for this up the red, or rather Faz catches him there at the red. And that's going to be another frag going his way. And it doesn't feel like that death really helped Ash in any way. So it's a clean kind of kill for Faz and extending his lead. And now Ash has to try to realize, what can I do from this point onwards to try to reverse control? Because now Faz has hit 200-200. I think this is the first time in this match he's hit 200-200. He could even rocket jump up if he wanted to. But nothing so hasty is being committed by Faz just yet.
Yeah, which I like. Faz doesn't need to do anything like that right now. He just needs to keep, you know, circling the map based on where the items are and just keep bullying Ash as much as possible. And if he finds an opportunity for a kill, then great, let them be gifted to you. Like right now that he's done. He's playing, you know, the perfect ABC game that he should with his control. And again, another great read, realizing Ash is going to be nowhere near the Mega. Like Ash won't feel comfortable being out in the open like that with the disadvantage in control, and he goes and picks up a great kill over at the red armor.
It was almost deja vu, that situation there, except Faz missed the rail just as he picked up the Mega. But yeah, exactly the same situation, and going in the favor of Faz again as well. If this is an infinite loop, oh my god, Ash, what a great rocket there. Yeah, that was insane. I was just about to say this match could be going on infinite loop, but actually Ash...
Why? It's like, you know, he's got LG, he's gonna come up there. There's no way you're making it to the red platform. So that's just another gift in control. I think Ash was just a little too, he's getting a little frustrated with these spawns, which I have noticed on this map can be pretty brutal. Just based on like the weapon layout and whatnot, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but it can be really hard to overcome. And Ash just trying to make a desperation play, and so far it's worked out. So right now, based off of that, he's got a good chance here of circling almost every item on the map. He just has to not give up too much damage here, and even though it is 8 frags, if he gets one clean kill, like he almost did there, he could potentially get a ton more with how this map works out.
Really interesting stuff from Ash here. I love the little play there, hiding behind the pillar. Maybe if he'd given it another second, he would have caught Faz for the frag, but there he got the frag anyway. He set it up, he did enough damage initially, and now he's actually in a position where maybe, as you say, he could actually bring this back if he keeps playing solidly and keeps the pace up. And there he finds Faz again, hits the rail. It's all about these...
He needs to keep Faz here, he needs to keep him here. Oh, nice shot. Because if he let Faz go there, then Faz could have potentially doubled back to take the red, while Ash would have been scared that the Mega would have gone up. But great job hitting the shot, holding the angle, and he's still giving himself an in into this game. The only thing he needs now is he needs Railgun again, so that he can constantly keep chasing down, you know, a running Faz and deal consistent damage to keep pressure on the map.
Faz's defensive railgun has been really strong. He's hitting 55% in this game, and it's a lot more than Ash. Ash is not hitting nearly as much, and that's really hurting him in a lot of these situations. And he's going to find himself at Mega, and Faz not getting any sneaky rails in just there, but Ash is managing to grab all the major items here. So it's a 6 frag deficit. He's not got to be too too worried about this. He just has to make sure that this control counts now, because if he loses his control at any point, that's it. It's over. There's no way, surely, that Faz will let him get back in the game. So it's all on this control that he has and what he can do with it. You see him creeping around there trying to catch Faz. Again, kind of an ode to what you were saying before. You know, not doing anything too crazy, just playing a bit more calmly. But actually, the difference is that his position is much more desperate than Faz's was, and he does catch Faz, but not with very much here. It's such a hard position. He can't get close. And he does finally catch Faz there.
I died here. Yeah, he's dead.
Oh, he missed the rocket jump up as well. That's the second time Faz missed that rocket jump. And he's going to get caught up the jump pad, and now it's just looking at 4 frags. And and I can tell that you're very worried that we're going to see a repeat of toxicity.
Yeah. Well, the big key there was when Faz was doing the right thing and trying to figure out the mega timing when he was hanging around the 50 health. But when Ash came to start fighting, what a surprise attack here. I can't believe this is working out.
Oh my god. Ash was like waiting there. From his perspective, you could see Faz's gun poking out as well. It's just really hilarious. And now Ash has taken so much damage. It's just ridiculous, the situation that's occurred between these two players. And now Ash is still 4 frags and it's 3 minutes. So he's still got everything to play for here. So he just has to make another scenario or another fight on his terms. But it seems to be very hard for him to do that against Faz and Sinister so far. I mean, he's trying to be so sneaky.
Look at shots like that. Like, what can you do about that when the guy instantly pops out and he hits you immediately? You have no time to react. I mean, Faz is amazing at those kind of shots. Even on, I've always thought he's been the best on T7, where you come out of the teleporter above red and you try to rail people when they're at the 50 health or like the LG corridor. I think he's always been really, really good at shots like that. Like the instantaneous, I see you, I just try to hit you and I leave.
And it's amazing, really. He's managed to grab this one again. I think Ash's chances are looking grim, especially after that frag. Although he was left pretty low, but 6 frags in 2 minutes is now the task that Ash has to accomplish. And Faz is going to be playing it hopefully a bit more cautiously than he did on Toxicity. And it's nothing, he doesn't have to do anything too crazy. A good bit of damage. He can back away safely now. And he can be kind of comfortable out of control, because as long as he keeps doing damage like that and backing away at the right spots, the efficient kind of cypherish damage, then he's going to be fine. But he's just going to go for this, and he does die, but 2 health and he actually craters. So Ash is definitely, with 90 seconds left, I think it's very much over at this point. But that means it's going to be a 2-1 scoreline.
Yeah, I think the biggest scare of the game for me, though, was, like I was trying to explain earlier, when Faz was hanging around the area trying to listen for the mega time, Ash did go after him to try to deal damage, which at that point in the game Ash needed to do. And Faz was dealing good LG damage, but he got greedy. And it's the whole point of sticking around too long to deal damage, and if you take damage, it's really going to screw you over. And he took a really bad rocket before he could go into the teleporter because he hung around too long. And it did give Ash a legitimate chance to come back in the game, but as we saw with that hilarious fight over by the little stair steps there, I mean, Faz managed to turn it around with some terrific, angle play with his rockets, and then he hit that excellent rail on the way out and managed to secure the game. But just by getting a little too greedy there when you have control and trying to deal a little damage, I mean, it can really come back to haunt you. And like you said, I thought it was going to be deja vu all over again.
It was looking like that. Oh man. So do you have any? Let's say Sinister. Do you think Sinister is a good map? Is there anything you would change, or are you happy with it?
I don't think it's the best map out there, but I do like it. I like the map so far. I think it's the challenge that it brings in terms of the playstyle for it is definitely interesting. And I like that it's fresh. A map that I wish would have been in the pool, actually, even though I do well on Toxicity on LAN, is I kind of wish that would have been out, and I would have liked to have seen Delirium in.
Yep.
But, the map was just the way it is, so it really doesn't matter at this point. So, but off the start here, it looks like Ash has exactly what he needs. He needed a really good start on this 4th map to try to tie the series up. And he definitely has that, and he can pretty much bend Faz to his will as we come up to this mega here.
Yeah, most certainly. Faz looking above through this teleporter, trying to bait out some some kind of rockets teleported there, and Ash doesn't manage to eat any rockets, but Faz does get this Mega. Now he's going straight on for the challenge of this red, and he managed to survive with 9 points of health and pick up the red there. That's pretty incredible. So Faz is all of a sudden in the lead, and if he can get the next Mega, it's like relatively easily and deny the LG, he's going to be in such hot shape.
Yeah, and there, I think, again, Ash didn't really understand how much of an advantage he actually had. Like, he did know that he had an advantage and he wanted to be in the room, but instead of forcing the issue, because he didn't realize Faz was only 84 health, 50 armor, compared to his, what, like 100, 150? Ash just needed to force the issue, force the fight. He could have got the kill, got the Mega, and he would have been up 1-0 and put the pressure on Faz to do something. But now he's having to really try some amazing things with Rail, which he is hitting. But even after all of that, I don't think it's going to get him this red armor. So it's going to be almost as if those 3 rails never happened. And Faz just going to be right back at it here.
Yeah, certainly. And Faz, ooh, getting a nasty bit of damage there. Just peeking out and just catching Faz with so much damage. He's almost helpless right now to Ash's attacks. And Faz now, he has decent position, but he's got no health, no armor. He's going to pick up that 25, but I mean, it's such a flimsy spot to be in. I mean, I don't know what he was expecting standing there, other than death, which Ash happily delivered. And he's going to be able to pick up this red armor in time as he decides to delay it, but maybe... okay, that's a decent delay. It's a 4 seconds difference between that and the Mega, but maybe, I guess, a second or two more could have been good as well. But it's a tight game now, and Ash is running strong with a massive amount of control as he hits an insane vertical rail there on Faz, and he's going to work his way back around for the Mega momentarily, but trying to catch Faz there should Faz try anything sneaky. And you can see that Ash is trying to like think a bit next level when it comes to Faz's his plays, but Faz is keeping it simple. It was on the red, so Ash's play... would you say that backfired a little bit despite getting the frag?
Not with 170 health and 100 armor.
I guess you can't argue with that.
Next yellow, so I just think Faz needed to find a way to be in position just a split second earlier. If he hadn't a rocket jumped up to that health, I think he would have dealt more damage during the that altercation, and it would have been a good trade to trade that frag for the change in control there. But because of that, he didn't deal enough, and like I said, when you got 160 health, 100 armor on your way to the next yellow, like it's really not a big deal that you didn't pick up the red.
Here we go. Ash now, he has an opportunity to extend his lead even more, and that's exactly what he does. Picks up another one as he grabs that red as well. And it's not looking good for Faz at this point. I mean, things are starting to get out of hand very, very quickly here. What is Faz supposed to do in this situation against Ash, who's looking at a very, very healthy stack and pretty much a guaranteed next Mega? What should Faz be doing?
I think he's just going to have to play to his strengths and really try to play a rail-heavy game and just hope he can string together some shots like Ash managed to earlier. But he managed to steal this red during the fight, which is huge because Ash only has 100 health left. And let's see if he can get a rail off here at this YA. Oh, he does. One shot. Oh,
beautiful rails.
A second shot. And it's still going to be no cakewalk. He doesn't really have a lot of control here, but has the potential to give himself something else if he hits some good rails here. But smart play, realizing, he got outplayed there with the plasma work, and to just back off, go take the Mega, take a little victory at a time, and I mean, right now he's just got gifted 2 angles. I don't know what Ash was thinking there. He just totally gave away the advantage he had, and we could be seeing him losing control that I didn't think he was going to lose for potentially 3 to 4 minutes.
Faz, he's almost got a new gait, the way that he moves, and oh wow, oh my god, that was ridiculously close there. Ash almost stealing the red, as well as putting Faz down to 11 health. Mega's coming up soon as well, so this is really important that Ash manages to either steal this or do something here against Faz, but looks like he doesn't really have the arsenal to really do much. He's hit some decent well, not really anything much to be honest. And Faz manages to catch him in the back with a rail. Faz gets a bit greedy though, takes a rocket a bit prematurely there, straight to the faces. He tries to push for a frag, and he's going to hit some more damage. That's going to cue him to go straight in, and he does. He gets the kill, and leaves the red up momentarily. And
that was really, really good patience not to rush into the room to try to kill Ash before the YA, because I really think Ash would have dealt probably 250 damage with rockets at the choke point. So he just waited till Ash had a, not so decent position, and he managed to pick up the kill and be able to fall back on the red armor so that he collects more armor after the fight rather than it being wasted during it. very smart play. It's given him a chance to really run around this map now and bully Ash, and which he really needs to do.
There you go, Faz hits a good rail there on the exit. And let's take a look at Ash's perspective, also being player in control here, kind of like his whole goal right now is to just survive. He's got the lead already. He just needs to survive and get control back. He doesn't even need necessarily the frag.
Looking at after the health pickups from Ash, I guess after that fight from the red, he was at like 23 health, like 25 armor, something like that. And during that fight, I think even though Faz was taking a lot of damage from plasma, he just needed to stick more like with the fight and be more aggressive, and he would have done the damage and got the kill and got the red. But even so, he's still in good position here. He's got a ton of armor to be able to use to secure this next red, and as long as he, be really aggressive here, just fight. Really good job of not hesitating, understanding his advantage, and pushing it. So now he's got a really good shot here. Why are you switching away from LG? That's a free kill on the bridge there.
Oh, I don't know. Who knows? Faz going to try to finish, though. He does do it, though. And there is the Mega up on the spot, too. So it's a tied game, finally. At the 7-minute mark, Faz is going to speed his way over to the red armor. He's got here in time as well. So Ash, I mean, he would be foolish to just try to go for this. He's going to do it anyway. And Ash, surely he's going to fall here. And he's trying, I mean, he runs out of plasma bullets in the effort to try to kill Faz with it. And it's not going to work a second time around, it seems.
Yeah, and that was, like you said, ran out of plasma bullets. Faz was so smart to stand on the plasma the whole fight, realizing he understood that that's the only weapon that Ash had. So as soon as he runs out of ammo, he's not going to be able to do anything else, and it'll be a free kill. So really good map awareness of the items and weapons that Ash would have during the time given from the spawn, and it led to, you know, taking the lead. And he still has decent control, and as long as he plays really smart here, and good job with the prediction, and he could get another kill. Great job.
Yeah, good stuff from Faz. It is match point for him as well. I think one Sinister and Steve at Blood Run. But here it is. Ash going to trade there with that machine gun. Manages to get a kill. There's 2 minutes left. So again, the stakes are pretty high for Ash. He needs to win this map to force it to a 5th one. And Ash right now is sitting on that Meg. He's got it finally. But here it is. Bit of an aim duel there with the long distance railing. Picks up another yellow. He knows he's in such a strong position. He knows that, I mean, he doesn't have to be too aggressive here. Faz is giving him chances to deal damage here, and he just needs to take it. He's done that so far, but Faz's output is just so strong. He will manage to top back up with a red armor and a yellow armor as well. So let's see if he can manage to get Faz now. And Faz keeps exposing himself. There's such high risk play from Faz. And but the thing is, Ash is not really connecting damage, but he is taking all the items. So Faz eventually does die. And I mean, it really, how could it have gone any differently? I mean, should Faz have been doing that?
I actually agree that he should, with like his standpoint on why he was doing. He realized, okay, he left me alive with almost no health. He went over to the other side of the map, picked up 150 total armor, possibly some health over there. So I really need to get into a position where if he does make the mistake to take one route, I can deal 160 damage potentially before I die. And it worked out even better. He managed to deal 240, which meant that even after the mega pickup, which was still delayed, and Faz could potentially delay him from going to the red after he spawned, which he did, and it gave Faz the chance that he had, because otherwise if he didn't, there was nothing for him on the map. Like, Ash would have won the game downright. So it was a situation where it's like his back's against the wall, I kind of need to do this, this is my only chance, and so far it's worked out great.
And here he goes, he's found Ash, he just took a rail, but he's still got a lot of stack left over. They're trading rails back and forth. This game is just marked by rails left and right from both players. And Faz, after losing a lot of health and armor, Ash is there ready and waiting with the railgun. He has to, or with the shaft rather, and Faz had to switch the rail. He had to hit that rail, which he did. But the thing is that he's very, very low right now. We've hit the overtime, and Faz is in a very, very bad position. He needs to pick up everything he can. And Mega's coming up here for Ash, who just picked up the red as well not so long ago. So Ash is in such a fantastic position right now. And Faz is just left trying to evade him and predict him. And there he does hit some damage there. Ash going to drop straight onto the lightning gun of Faz. Can he get the kill? He does. And he's got plenty left over. Faz couldn't afford to take that fight, it seems.
Yeah, and the key to that whole situation going into overtime was the rail duel that they were doing. And Ash realized that, hey, Faz is sticking around way too long to try to deal damage to me. He's forfeited the positional advantage that he had, where he could go and back off to the red armor. so let me go take that. You know, I mean, he was able to, during that whole situation, take the Mega, take the YA, and he did get hurt, but then he was able to go pick up the red for no problem, and he gave 2 rails to Faz, where Faz, yeah, he did damage, but now he has nothing to back up on, and I think that's what potentially, if Ash plays this, you know, pretty safely, secured him the victory in realizing the positional mistake and rushing towards the correct item, and it was a really good job by him.
And Ash is definitely looking in a solid shape now. I mean, Faz seemed almost to attack him desperately almost moments ago, and he gave up another frag, giving Ash a 2 frag lead. So now Faz has 30 seconds to try to make 2 frags happen. So good luck. Good luck, Faz. I don't know if he's going to be able to do this, because Ash is going to know exactly what's up. He's just going to be defensive, play the angles, play the teleporter.
Yeah, I mean, Ash should just leave right now, which is what he's doing. And now he could have just stood there and been like, okay, if I hear you one way, I run the other. Even still, he can like back off into the telly, but I think he realizes he can get the kill he does, and now we're going to a 5th and final map, and props to Ash for bringing that back after Faz pulled out some fantastic work with the rail to give himself a chance to go into overtime. Yeah, it was really good play.
Yeah, it's been a really good series so far between these 2 guys, and Ash is saying in the chat that he's raging a lot. And I guess if you're raging and you're winning, then that's not as bad as what usually happens when people rage, which is they lose horribly and then quit. But he's doing all right so far. He's put it to a 5th map now in this grand final. It's the 6th Sunday Cup of the full season, and we're moving on to Curious, the deciding map. And I really don't know what to expect. These guys do seem quite evenly matched, and I got to say, it's despite all the weird, the weird fights that we see, which I guess is entertaining. It is a really entertaining series with these 2 players. So I don't know what to really predict here. Any
think
thoughts?
So far from what I've seen on this map, Ash is actually very decent here. I'm going to give him a little bit of the edge here to win this. I think Faz just needs to think about, okay, what has lost me the games? You know, the last 2 games out of the 4. What can I do to make sure that I don't make those mistakes again? If he realizes that, hey, I need to better understand when to stick around for damage and when to leave and obtain better position, then I think he could bring this home. But we'll see if that happens, or if old habits die hard.
Here we go. It's the 5th and final map. Faz decides a quick rocket jump escape is what the doctor ordered, and he does just that. And I love how he's using the rockets to get position here, trading some stacks for that position. And there he's going to catch Ash with some great rockets. 2 direct, 3 health left for Ash. I wonder if he realizes quite how low Ash is, and Mega's up in 10 seconds. Ash might have a solid chance on that if he can control the position. He now has the railgun, so he's got all the tools to deal with this. He can even keep the lightning gun away from Faz. Or actually, Faz had already picked it up off the spawn. So Ash is kind of trapped here. He can take a lot of damage, or even possibly die here. And as Faz runs out of ammunition, which he corrects, and that's going to be... Was that a trade? It was.
Yeah, that was a good trade too, because Faz spawned here by the red. He's going to pick it up.
Really
and
nice.
Potentially, if he gets... I don't know if he'll be able to do much here at the YA, because Ash spawned at LG, so they're kind of equal on weapons here. The only thing is that Faz will have a railgun now. Wow, Ash managed to pick one up somewhere. I don't know when that happened, but he's really given himself a dominant advantage, and the only thing that's saving grace for Faz is that he's at 100 armor. And with this map, if you position yourself correctly, there's a lot of ways to run and pick up green armors. And I mean, if you manage to pick up those 2 greens, that is a yellow. So, and then there's all the extra shards in the map. I think there's a total of almost 55, 60 armor with the shards. So that's why this map can be a little difficult sometimes when you're in control trying to chase down the other guy.
Yeah, certainly. And so far, Faz is not doing so well. He's not looking so good. I mean, first it started where he was unable to hit rails of Ash just simply jumping to and from Mega, which are kind of, you have to hit those. And then, just came down to losing more and more fights, missing more and more shots. And suddenly it's starting to spiral out of control. Can he bring it back into some kind of form, though? Because otherwise, Ash is going to start running away with this, and he's going to pick up another red. And actually, Faz is going to go for the challenge. He doesn't have a lightning gun, though, and easily gunned down he is from Ash. And Ash is going to just be running around with a nice stack still. Close range rocket fight. This is what this could go well for Faz, these kinds of fights. But Ash does manage to get the distance between them once again, which plays to his advantages with his items, and he now manages to make his way back towards the red armor upper green area, giving himself a lot of options of places to go, ways to pressure, ways to damage, and there's Faz trying to pressure this red armor, but it's not going to go super well for him. So Faz trying to do what he can, but I guess he should try to play the point that you were talking about before, you know, those greens, position yourself around those greens and the shards and so on.
Yeah, he just really needs to understand that no matter what he does, even if he takes an item right now, he's going to die. As far as major items is concerned, he's probably going to die for it. So he really needs to position himself in a situation where he can listen, he can hear Ash where he's at, and he can run the opposite way and just collect the minor things on the map. Let the shards stack up after, you know, about a minute, grab some greens. I mean, he didn't manage to correctly understand that red and mega were at the same time, and he didn't take the red, but again, he's putting himself in positions to get lucky and get an item rather than taking the for sure thing. He's like taking chances and gambles on what to get, and it's really costing him because his rail is on right now.
Yeah, it definitely is. And it's 5 frags. Let's see if Faz can do something back. I'm going to go to Faz's perspective as Ash is charging towards him. This might not be the best time to spectate Faz as he's trying desperately to survive, but he will go down. He did quite a bit of damage there, at least 200 damage onto Ash, but the damage could be very redundant if he doesn't follow it up right now. He's trying to do so, and he does do a good job. I mean, he's going to trade. I mean, that could be an investment there if he does keep the aggression going, but he hasn't got the weapons. That's really the problem.
Not when you take a swim.
Swimming with the fishes right there, and Ash is going to be able to keep this going. I mean, if Ash just plays the angles right, he's not really in danger. He can stabilize. Got the items coming up. There's Faz with a quick rail, and Ash not taking too many risks, not going to go through, just has the red armor up. Playing it, you know, very safe and sound, and maybe, you know, as you said, Ash, you gave him the edge, said that perhaps he does have a better cure game or better form on it that you've seen recently, and it does seem to be the case.
Yeah, he's doing everything right. Like, he's really looking for damage when he needs to.
Nice.
He's trying to deny guns as best as possible, and when you're hitting, you know, combos like that, I remember in Quake 4, he had the combo kill thing.
Yeah.
But, I mean,
Kind of
it's really frustrating if the player out of control, and you can really feel helpless when somebody's playing like this.
Yeah, he's hit his momentum now, and he's just not looking back. That's really scary when players just hit the momentum. They can start, I guess you start to, because you feel it so much, you're so confident, you start to do things that you otherwise wouldn't do, and that can be kind of unpredictable, but you make it work because the confidence factor. And I wonder if I wonder how Faz will look in a couple of weeks, because I know he hasn't got a huge amount of time to practice, but his shape is, like you said, it does look a lot better. And as long as he can clean up that aspect of his game where he kind of is winning and then kind of throws it away here and there, then he's going to be really, really problematic for a lot of players at DreamHack.
Yeah, I mean, I know there's 4 minutes left, but I'm sorry, this game is over. So,
yeah.
I mean, looking at Faz here, and I'm like, you know what, good for him, because even though Ash, it is disappointing, Ash won't be able to go to DreamHack, but Faz will. And I think it's really good that Faz made it to the finals today, because it allows you to get back into the pressure of, you know, I'm playing a really serious match for money. Something's on the line, so you get to play with, you know, nerves and stuff like that. And I think this, even whether he won or lost today, is a great opportunity for him to look at, you know, his strengths and weaknesses going into DreamHack here. He's got 2 weeks to be able to try to better himself with the time of practice that he'll have. And I think if he looks at today and he understands, okay, you know, there's a lot of situations I set up for myself where I do a really good job of dealing unexpected damage. But then there are a lot of times where I screw myself over, where I've got games in hand, and if I just transition from doing the unexpected to doing the standard expected stuff and bullying, you know, the out of control guy, I can really, you know, win a lot of games and secure some decent wins for myself. So if he understands that and he really tries to correct that, I think he can do really, really well at DreamHack. He's always had the talent. It's just understanding the facet of his game, and yeah, I don't know. So it'll be interesting to see what his shape will be in a couple weeks.
So would you say, because you mentioned nerves briefly, would you say that that's something that never goes away, no matter who you are, or you just learn to handle it better, or whatever?
What do you mean, like as far as like pressure and nerves, or?
Yeah, like tournament nerves, you're in a tournament playing with stuff on the line.
Oh, I think that's something that you have to learn how to handle. For some, I think it comes a little easier than others, but I know for me, there's been times where I've gone in big lapses in time played for serious games, and then I play in some online final, and I actually am nervous for like the first map or whatever, because it's been a while, playing for something that's serious. But I just do my best to play really calm and you know to deal with it and just get through it and start playing my game. Um, and I think that's something that I'll have to try to do while I'm in Europe is just play as many serious games as possible, put something on the line, whether it's like, yeah, I may not be able to play in the FACEIT Cup or whatever, but maybe I'll, put wagers against myself. Like if I lose this many games, I have to do this many push-ups or something. Put something on the line so it's like, I really don't want to lose. If I lose, it's going to suck. So, and I think that kind of practice and being in those situations really helps you when it comes to playing at LAN because you know that you can't make any mistakes. You only get one shot at trying to win.
Yeah, it's very true. It's something that a lot of people definitely struggle with. I guess it's one of the. There's so many. I mean, this is why a lot of people also say, or why the consensus is LAN is or LAN tournaments and so on. That's really where it counts. You can win as many online cups as you want. I guess this is a bit of a strengths thing as well. The strengths won so much online, but never really won something really huge on LAN. And I mean, that's the reason. It's like this. The environment is such a. The stresses are so much different on you as a player. So a lot of respect has to go towards players, I think, to be able to learn how to deal with that kind of psychological element of the game. And it's also something that's not as well documented or really thought about as it is in professional sports, where you have like your own coaches and stuff, and sports psychology is this huge field and so on. We don't really have people talking about that stuff very much in esports, I must say. So looks like Faz is definitely going to be happy with getting to the finals, but hopefully he'll heed your words and look at some of the situations a bit differently. He's actually a player that is a bit known for making crazy comebacks against great players, and I guess because maybe his level of focus when he's on a comeback really just, I don't know, goes into overdrive or something. I have no idea what it is about Faz.
Yeah, I know. I can understand that. I've done that once. You start making your comeback and you keep trying to push the momentum a little too far. Like you feel like you're unstoppable. You can do anything, and then you really give away way too much to the other guy, and it comes up, to bite you in the ass, and it does suck. But and I think it's just some players don't know how to balance that, how to balance their momentum, and like understand and read the game as well as others. And I think that's just one thing. Maybe that's what better describes Faz. Like he doesn't understand as quickly as other people when to chill out with his aggression.
Okay,
and then
pacing.
because I felt like during the matches he did have a better understanding of the estimated health and armor that Ash would have compared to how Ash was reading Faz's stacks during out the course of the games. But that being said, I felt Faz did give away ample opportunities to win these games when he definitely shouldn't have.
Yeah, he could have potentially had it in 3 maps, actually, looking back on it. Yeah, most certainly. So congratulations goes to Ash and commiserations to Faz, although definitely, we saw some great stuff from him. He's looking pretty good overall, so hopefully he manages to patch up his game somewhat as he moves closer and closer to DreamHack. And are there any... well, thanks, Rafa, for casting. Is there anything that you have to say or any shout-outs you want to give to people or anything like that?
No, not really. Thanks for having me on. I thought Phrase did a good job of casting today, and it was nice to be able to cast the final. I haven't done any casting in quite a while. I think since we were in Milan. The last time I was in Milan, that's the last time I've done anything. And I'm just really looking forward to getting to Europe, getting really good practice in before the event, and it's going to be. I think it's going to be an amazing one. We got 4 groups of 8 players or something like that. Is what it's going to be. Something crazy. So there's going to be so many really good matches, and I think the staff are really going to have to be on the ball of making sure that they get all the demos out as soon as possible, so that so that spectators can watch all the crazy games that they're going to miss because there won't be enough, casting opportunities. for those games. But yeah, I don't know, I'm excited about the tournament, and are you going to be there or no?
I hope so. No matter what, I want to be there. It's gonna be a sick tournament. So,
Yeah.
really hope so. So
Yeah, so
okay.
maybe I'll see you there and some of the other guys. So yeah, but that's it. Otherwise, get some good rest. Rest your voice. And I hope the rest of you guys have a good night in the studio.
Thanks very much. All right, so that was Rafa, guys. Always a pleasure to have him on. Hopefully we can get him on more in the future. And I think that's more or less everything. There's a quick, two quick items I'll just remind you about. We have some DreamHack stuff to be announced next week. And also we're delving into the Twitch subscriptions thing, so we're going to have this possibility for you guys to subscribe onto the stream, and remember to press that follow button if you want to support us, and also you can subscribe as well. We're going to have emoticons and stuff popping up in the near future, so stay tuned for that kind of stuff and go check it out, and stay tuned on ES Reality as always for any updates as to what is actually happening with FACEIT. We're always looking to improve and grow, so there's always stuff going on here. But I think that's it from me for now, so good night, guys. It's been a pleasure again, and I'll see you